Good afternoon. This is Cortez Jackson for Make a Star Productions down here at the Convention Center with my partner, Mr. Robert Reed. We're getting ready to film the MLK Banquet. Just wanted to say how things are looking. It's looking real great down here today. I'd like to thank the Lord for everything that He's doing. I keep telling everybody 2018 is going to be our year. So I just want you to know how things are running. Hopefully, my stage play might be brought here also. That's what I'm looking to kind of do, is bring the stage play to either the Convention Center or either Victoria Theater. So one of the two. I'm claiming both of them. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have him walk around the center so you can kind of see what it looks like here at the Convention Center. As I move around a little bit, just give you an idea of what the Convention Center looks like. So follow me, Robert, as we move around the Convention Center. Over there will be where the banquet's going to be. Matter of fact, let's walk over this way, Robert. Let's show what the banquet room is going to look like. The banquet room is over here. This is where all the activities will be taking place. As you can see, everything is basically set up for the banquet. We're having food and entertainment. They got some well-known speakers that are going to be here today. So as you can see, this is what it looks like in here. So we will be filming in here. So with that, I'll let Robert look around and kind of give you all a look at what the room looks like. It's going to be a very, very good entertaining day. The MLK Dayton celebration. It's going to be here. Mr. Whitmore, the president of the MLK Celebration Day. And this is what it looks like. Okay, we're going to take a walk out here to the lobby over here at the Convention Center to show you what it looks like.
Don't worry, we just practiced.
Just trying to give you an idea of what it looks like here at the Convention Center. Hello, how are you today? Good. Get a picture of that nice young lady right there. As we walk around the Convention Center, to give you a little look of how it's going to be. It is snowing out, but right now it's kind of empty here, but it won't be empty too much longer. We will have people from all over that will be here enjoying the MLK celebration. I see fans around. It gives you an idea of what it looks like. And that's what it looks like out here at the Convention Center.
Speaker of the evening. He hails from Oakwood University, where he is very proud of that. And that's at school somewhere in Huntsville, Alabama. And some of you know I'm looking to relocate in Tuskegee, so I'm a little further down that other direction. And he's currently a resident of Los Angeles, California. David Anthony Johnson is an outstanding, gifted, professional, motivational speaker, inspirational solo artist, he sings as well, and a phenomenal Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King orator. And that's what he specializes in. He's a storyteller. He has that ability to take different ways and words and euphemisms and experiencing it, and then take that and share it from deep within himself so that you and I can connect to his brilliance and his spirituality. His ministry is called 5 Talents More. I like that, 5 Talents More. And he uses his talents to inspire others. Some of you that have been following with bits of him, and I wanted you to have that opportunity to hear him. This evening, you have a spiritual awakening. You have this evening a spiritual appointment to reconnect to Dr. Martin Luther King. Please welcome my friend and brother, David Anthony Johnson.
Good evening. Now, I've come a long way from California to Ohio, and that's all I get. Good evening. Yes, all right. It is indeed a joy to be with you this evening, and I am humbled to be here. First, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for giving me the opportunity to be here, giving me my life, and for allowing me to be in such a wonderful place. Although it's cold outside, it is really good to be here. I also want to start by thanking Pastor Delphiny Gordon. Could you wave your hand, Pastor Delphiny Gordon? Could you stand up? Could you just stand up, please? If it wasn't for Pastor Delphiny Gordon, I wouldn't even be here in Ohio. I met him last year doing a concert in Oklahoma City, and we exchanged information, and he got transferred here to Ohio. He's now the pastor of the Beaver Creek Seventh-day Adventist Church, and he invited me to Ohio. And I want to thank you for bringing me here. Thank you very much, you and your lovely family. I also want to thank a gentleman that was so professional, and I feel like I've known him for 1,000 years. That is Mr. Keith Jenkins. Can you please stand, Mr. Keith Jenkins? What a professional way. I feel like I've gained another brother. Thank you so much. He was instrumental in organizing, and all the wonderful people from the Kettering Hospital. Thank you so much for allowing me to come and making it convenient for me to come. And Keith, thank you for spearheading that. I'm truly humbled, and thank you. I also want to thank Dr. Anthony Whitmore. Although I just met him this weekend, I feel like I've known him for 1,000 years. Thank you so much for everything that you have done, and all the people, the thousands of people he's introduced me to. I just want to say thank you very, very much. Looking forward to working with you and Pastor Gordon and Brother Jenkins in the near future. And I also want to thank Mr. Kenny Wilkinson for the wonderful pictures and the videos and all the efforts that you have done, sir. Thank you so very, very much. And to all of the people that I've had a chance to speak with and talk to, it was so good just hearing your life stories. I draw from that. So all those who I had an opportunity to speak with, thank you for your stories. They inspire me. I'm just really, really happy to be here. We're celebrating a great man, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. When I was a child growing up in St. Louis, Missouri, a few years after Dr. King's assassination, my great-grandmother, who helped to raise me along with my mother and my aunt. My father was a wealthy man, but lived on another side of town. He had a family, his own family. And so I didn't know my father until I was 7, and then again when I was 14. But my great-grandmother, my mother, and my aunt did not allow that to stop me. My great-grandmother, her father was a slave. The woman that helped to raise me, her father was a slave. He was born in 1857, 6 years before the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. This used to always show me the cuts in her hands from picking cotton. And she would say, now look, baby, this cut right here was in 10. That's 1910, okay? And she would show me how her father taught her how to press down and gently spin and twist the cotton to pull it up without getting pricked. And many times she didn't do it right because she said she was hard-headed, and she ended up cutting herself. She would talk to me about the advent of the automobile and how she didn't trust that little gadget and that it was going to soon run its course and they would go back to what was more calming, horse and buggy. So she would sit down and talk to me about life in Tennessee, Brownsville, Tennessee, back in the 1900s, where she was born, July 31st, 1902. And she would talk to me about how black people were treated, how badly they were treated, how they were called boy and girl, even when they were old enough to be the speaker's grandparents. She would always instill into me love. David, you gotta have love. She would say, you know, sometimes being a black person living down in this world is hell. But if you hate those who hate you, you going to hell. That's 2 hells too many. So she would say, if you don't make it in, David, I'm gonna whoop your butt. So I said, Mama, I'm gonna be there. Trust me, I'm gonna be there because I don't want to get whooped. So she would get Dr. King albums, and she would play his albums when we would come home from church, or should I say for those, church. And she would play the albums. This was in the 70s on the big stereos, if you can remember, and the old 78s, if you can remember. And there was a white album with a drawing of this man that it seemed in my life at the age of 5 that everyone paid attention to. I didn't know who he was or what he did, but I knew he had to be somebody special. Because when I was at the grocery store with my great-grandmother getting some lifesavers, I would look, and there he was on the magazine. He scared me because he seemed, as a 5-year-old, to be in a lot of pain. When he would be taking a picture on the magazine, he would be. So I thought this man was scary, was like a monster. And then when I was at the barber shop, I was too little to sit in the chair properly. And so in those days, you would have the big board that would sit on the barber chair, and I would sit on the board. And while the barber is cutting what we call the kitchen, and my head is down, I would look up, and there on the calendar was that same man. And I thought, who is this man? And why is he so popular? And at church, when it was hot, in those hot, humid Midwestern days, can I get an amen? The old ladies would be fanning themselves, and in slow motion, I would look at the fan, and I'd look, and there on the fan was the same person. And I thought, who is this man? Why is he following me? And then after church, my great-grandmother would get the album out. After we finished eating, after she finished playing Mahalia Jackson, I want to be at the meet, I want to be at the meet. And she get her little holy dance on while she's staring at collard greens. She, ooh, that's my song, that's my song. And I look at her and say, I just love this woman. God, thank you for this woman. And when she would sit there and tell me slave stories, or stories of generations, just a few generations after slavery, I would listen as she would talk to me about the Negro spirituals and the codes in the songs that Harriet Tubman used in order to go down and get folk and take them across the Ohio River and have them to be free on their way up eventually to Canada. So she would quiz me on all these things, but she didn't know I was afraid of this Dr. Martin. So she would sit in her rocking chair after she would take the album out of the sleeve, and she would go gently to the record player, lift it up, and slowly put the album down, and I knew this voice, because it would be thunder and lightning outside, so I equated his voice with thundering and lightning. And so as soon as that voice would come, I would run over there to her. Mom, you know I love you so much. She said, boy, what's wrong with you? You always act crazy when I turn on this album. Boy, what's wrong with you? And she would be holding a candle with the man, the same face. Hands like this, free at last, thank God Almighty, free at last. And she was just rocking the rocking chair with a safety pin, not a safety pin. And she just picked the teeth with the safety pin. I guess that's what they did in Tennessee, I don't know. And she would sit there and tears would come down and she would listen to, as for me, this scary voice. So I would hold her hand and tremble. And she said, boy, are you scared of this voice? You swear? She said, let me tell you something. This is Dr. Martin Luther King. He was our Moses. He said things we never thought we had a right to think, let alone say. He made all of us feel good. And David, do you know when he died? He died planning a poor people's campaign. From those in Appalachia, in the barrios, in the ghettos, to go to Washington, D.C. and demand that the 1% give back to the rest. He wanted to free all God's children. And he died trying to do it. So David, I want you to learn his speeches to remind people what this man did for the cause of love. And David, would you do that? Do you love your great-grandmother? Yes, ma'am. Then boy, learn these speeches. I said, yes, ma'am. And so when the weekdays would come, I would go to the library and I would go and rent albums and rent books. And I would take the books up to my tree house and I would read Negro in America history and I would read speeches and the Lord blessed me with a memory that I give him all the praise and the honor, because without him, I'm a sounding brass and a tinkling cymbal. But he inspired me and I wanted to make my great-grandmother happy. So I learned most of his speeches and sermons. And in 1994, I had an opportunity to speak for Mrs. Rosa Parks twice and to spend 3 hours on a couch in a green room talking to her. And she told me all kinds of things about Dr. King. And she told me, she said, young man, let me tell you something. What does the history book say? She would say this in her Alabama accent. What does, boy, the history book say about why I didn't give up my seat? And I said, well, ma'am, they say it's because your feet were tired. My feet wasn't tired, boy. My soul was tired. So she said, that night when I got arrested, I said, Lord, what's we gonna do with your children? Hating each other for the color of their skin. So that night, she said, they kept playing with the lights, the prison guards, and they kept mimicking her and making her feel bad. So she started to cry. But she remembered that song her grandmother used to teach her, which was a song my great-grandmother used to teach me, a song that she said whenever she got scared, her great-grandmother would tell her to sing this song when she felt like she was a nobody. And that song was, and before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave, and go home to my Lord and be free. Sing with me. Oh, freedom, oh, freedom, oh, freedom over me. And before I be a slave, I'd be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. That was her favorite Negro spiritual. And I knew that song and she had me sing it to her over and over again. But I wouldn't have known these things. I would have been around these people had it not been for my great-grandmother who taught me about the love of God and who taught me about the love that Dr. King had for all his brothers and sisters. Now, it was 1968, Memphis, Tennessee, and we talk about, are we our brother's keeper? Well, there was a garbage man strike. As many of you who were alive then can remember, two garbage men were not allowed inside of the facility because of the color of their skin. So they, to get out of the rain, they would sit in the back of the truck, the garbage truck. Lightning flashed, there was a malfunction in the wiring of the truck, and the truck crushed the two men. The city of Memphis, the black community, was angry. They said, we had enough. We're not even getting paid minimum wage. We're going to let the city know that we are men and we're not going to take it any longer. So one of the reverends, Reverend Reed, Reverend Lawson rather, called Dr. Martin Luther King and said, I know that you are planning a second march on Washington. And I know you're busy. But if you can find it in your schedule to help out the brothers here in Memphis that are really struggling, we surely would appreciate it. Now, Andrew Young, Dr. King's associate, was listening, and he said, I'm sorry, Doc, you can't do it because I fear for your life. He had been getting death threats more and more often. So Andrew Young advised him, Doc, we can't do this. We must go back to Washington, D.C. But Dr. King started to tell him, what if the Good Samaritan thought that way when he saw that thief on the side of the road? He said, those are my brothers, and they need me. I will go. So he went anyway. And when he got up on the plane, Ralph Abernathy said in his book that Dr. King started to get hiccups. Whenever he was afraid, he would get these hiccups, intense hiccups. The stewardess would help him out to calm him down. And then they got into Memphis. And then when they got to the limousine and they were driving en route to the Lorraine Hotel, they were at a red light. And a black man in a hearse pulled up next to him. And he said, Dr. King, we can't wait to hear you speak. God bless you, Dr. King. And Dr. King said, God bless you too. And as they drove on, Dr. King turned to his best friend, Ralph Abernathy, and said, that's probably the hearse that will take my body away. And then when he got to the Lorraine Motel, he called his wife, Coretta, and said, Corey, did you get the flowers I sent you? She said, yes, Martin, but you never send me artificial flowers. He said, I wanted to give you something that would last. Dr. King was a jokester, as we heard this morning from Dr. Reverend Joan Brown, Campbell Brown, and he always played dead about it. So as they were waiting for Andrew Young to come back to the hotel after he had been downtown trying to lift an injunction so that they could march, Dr. King was laying on the bed acting like he was dead in the hotel room at the Lorraine Motel. And Andrew Young came in, Doc, and he said, they didn't kill me yet, and then he threw a pillow at him. What took you so long? And then all the rest of the associates came and they had a pillow fight. So the night of April 3rd, it was raining really bad. Everyone was crowded in, violating fire codes at the Mason Temple Church in Memphis, Tennessee. And it was a night where Ralph Abernathy and Dr. King's brother, A.D. King, was scheduled to speak. Dr. King was at the hotel resting, at the motel rather, resting. He was to speak the succeeding night on April 4th. The crowd was there, but they wanted to hear Dr. King that night of the 3rd. So they kept saying, as Ralph Abernathy was preaching, "We want King! We want King!" So Abernathy goes into the back, dials up the motel number, says, "Doc, you gotta give your listeners, we want King! We want King!" So unprepared, gets up, puts on his suit, drives down to Mason Temple Church. And there, his brother was waxing poetic on how nonviolent Dr. King was when they played baseball, and how a bat was always thrown at his head by accident, and he wanted to fight, but Dr. King would say, "No, let's just pray." And he would say stories like that, and everybody would start laughing. And then Ralph Abernathy would get up and talk about the old days of the Montgomery bus boycott. And then he introduces his best friend. This was Dr. King's last speech. For on the next evening at 6 p.m., while standing on the balcony, right in front of room 306, a sniper's bullet killed the dreamer. They killed the dreamer, but did they kill the dreamer? No. If you want to know how that speech went, I've been to the mountaintop. It went a little bit like this. Thank you very kindly, my friend. As I listen to Ralph Abernathy and his generous and eloquent introduction, and thought about myself, I wonder who he was talking about. It is always good to have your closest friend and associate to say something good about you. Ralph is indeed the best friend that I have in the world. I'm delighted to see each of you here tonight. In spite of a storm warning, you reveal that you are determined to go on anyhow. Something is happening in Memphis. Something is happening in our world. And you know, if the Almighty came to me and said, "Martin Luther King, which age would you like to live in?" And I would take my mental flight to Egypt, through the Red Sea on toward the wilderness, the promised land. But in spite of its magnificence, I wouldn't stop there. I would even go on by Greece and take my mind to Mount Olympus. I would see Plato, Aristotle, Socrates, Euripides, and Aristophanes assembled around the Parthenon. As they discuss the great and eternal issues of realities, but I wouldn't stop there. I would even come up to the great heyday of the Roman Empire and see various developments around from various emperors and leaders. But I wouldn't stop there. I would even come up to the day of the Renaissance and get a quick picture of all that the Renaissance did for the cultural and aesthetic life of man, but I wouldn't stop there. I would even go by the way of the man in whom my name had his hair tied. And I would watch Martin Luther as he tapped his 95 theses at the door of the church of Wittenberg, but I wouldn't stop there. I would even come up to 1863, watch a vacillating president by the name of Abraham Lincoln finally come to the conclusion that he had to sign the Emancipation Proclamation, but I wouldn't stop there. I would even come up to the early 30s, watch a president grappling with the problems of the bankruptcy of his nation, come with an eloquent cry that we have nothing to fear but fear itself, but I wouldn't stop there. Strangely enough, I would turn to the Almighty. I would say, now if you would allow me to live just a few years in the second half of the 20th century, I will be happy. Now that's a strange statement to make because the world is all messed up. The nation is sick. Confusion all around. That's a strange statement. But I realize that somehow, only when it is dark enough can you see the stars. I see God working in this period, the 20th century, that men in some strange way are responding. Something is happening in our world. The masses of people are rising up, and wherever they are assembled today, whether they are in Johannesburg, South Africa, Nairobi, Kenya, Accra, Ghana, New York City, Atlanta, Georgia, Jackson, Mississippi, or Memphis, Tennessee, the cry is always the same. We want to be free. Now I'm just happy. God has allowed me to live in this period. I'm happy that God has allowed me to be in Memphis. You know, several years ago I was in New York City, autographing the book that I had just written. While autographing books, a woman came up to me and asked, was I Martin Luther King? And I was looking down the writing and I said, yes. Next thing I felt something beating on my chest. The blade had gone through and the x-rays revealed that the tip of the blade was on the edge of my aorta, the main artery. Once that's punctured, you drown in your own blood, that's the end of it. After the blade had been taken out, came out in the New York Times the next day that if I had merely sneezed, I would have died. Well, after the operation, a few days later, they allowed me to roam around the hospital in the wheelchair. I received a visit and the letter from the mayor of New York, but I've forgotten what that letter said. I received telegrams and letters from the president and the vice president. Kind letters came in from around the world. say. Oh, but there was one that I will never forget, from a little girl. It read simply, "Dear Dr. King, I'm a ninth grade student at the White Plains High School, and I'd like to mention that I am a white girl. I read of your suffering and of your misfortune. I read that if you had sneezed, you would have died. Well, I'm writing you to let you know that I am so happy that you didn't sneeze. Now I want to say tonight that I too am happy that I didn't sneeze, because if I had sneezed, I would have been around here in 1960. Students started sitting in lunch counters. I knew that as they were sitting in, they were really standing up for the best in the American dream and taking the nation back to those great wells of democracy, which were dug deep by the founding fathers of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. If I had seen, I would have been around here in 1961 when we decided to take a ride for freedom and ended segregation in interstate travel. If I had sneezed, I would have been around here in 1962. Negroes in Albany, Georgia decided to straighten their backs up. And whenever men and women straighten their backs up, they're going somewhere, because a man can't rise up back unless it is bent. If I had sneezed, I would have been around here in 1963. Black people of Birmingham, Alabama aroused the conscience of this nation, brought into being the civil rights movement. Pied seeds. I would have been around later that year in August to try to tell America about a dream that I had. Pied seeds. I would have been in Selma, Alabama to see that great movement there. Pied seeds. I would have been in Memphis to see a community rally around those brothers and sisters who were suffering. Oh, I'm so happy that I didn't sneeze, and they would tell me. Although it really doesn't matter what happens now. It really doesn't matter what happens. Left Atlanta this morning, there were 6 of us on the plane. Pilot came over the public address system. He said, "We are sorry for the delay. We have Dr. Martin Luther King on the plane. To be sure that everything was all right, the plane had to be protected and guarded all night. Then we got into Memphis, and all I could hear were the threats that were out from some of our sick brethren. I don't know what will happen now. We got some difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over, and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you. I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing Thank you, Ohio.
You're amazed, we all were. He is an amazing young man, an amazing young man. I'm going to be so appreciative, so much. Eldridge and Michaela Cooper. My remarks are going to be very quick. I'm going to say thank you to all of you. Thank you, Mistress of Ceremonies. Kimberly, thank you so much. Thank all of you for participating. And I'd like to call up now, my remarks will be in the song by a young lady who is 14 years old. And this is Miss Cooper, Miss Kayla Cooper, and our co-chair for the MLK choir, Mr. Eldridge Coates. She will sing for you my closing remarks, Rise Up. That is my closing remark to you. And then I will come back before we shut off the concert.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can find that fighter, but I can see it in you, so we can walk it out. And mountains, mountains.
we're going to, and I hope you heard the message and the remarks. I wanted to share with you, and please stand because we're going to close out. But I also wanted to acknowledge our MLK photographer. Some of you notice that there's always a gentleman running around with the camera. That is Tom Sheldon. A few days ago, Tom was over at our church and we had a service. And of course, Tom and I fight all the time. Some of you, the MLK committee knows that. And I should have known something was different because we didn't fight that night. And he was smiling and everything was okay. Not knowing that my friend would not be there in just a day. And I think all of you who've been active in this community there, all of us, we know Tom Schellenberger. And I just want to take a second to remember this man, Tom Schellenberger.
Are you ready? My name is David Anthony Johnson, and I had such a wonderful, wonderful time here in Dayton, Ohio, the Dayton, Ohio area. I've been blessed. Kettering Hospital, Pastor Delphine Gordon, and Kevin Jenkins, and Dr. Whitmore has been so kind to me, and everyone has been so kind to me. And Mr. Kenny Wilkerson has been so good to me, and I'm just humbled. Anytime that I can use what God has freely given me to be a blessing to someone else, and then they in turn bless me back, that's a lot of blessings right there, I tell you. And I'm just so grateful for all of the kindnesses that everyone has extended towards me. May you all be blessed by the best continuously. And if I don't see you guys again down on this earth, we see each other in the earth made new. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Take care.
Okay. Tell me, Mr. Anthony, you're from which state again? And tell me what it is that you do and what brought you to Dayton, Ohio.
I hail from St. Louis, Missouri, but I currently reside for the last 29 years in the Riverside, California area, the greater Los Angeles area. And I was brought here to be the speaker for the Martin Luther King celebrations at various venues here in the Dayton area.
And I understand that each time that I've seen you perform here in the last few days, you have just electrified the audience. And so how did this come about? I mean, this gift, it's as if we transcend to another place and we have King in front of us.
First, I have to give all glory and honor to the Lord, because he gave me these gifts and talents. Like my great-grandmother said, he gives us all gifts and talents, and we are mandated to use those gifts and talents for his glory. So all that I have comes from him. All that I am is of him. So it is the Holy Spirit, and I just get out of his way and let him handle his business.
Well, it's very clear that when you do allow him to use you, you're able to connect with the audience. And we're just happy to have you. And David, we wish you well, and we wish you Godspeed. We can't wish you any more talent because you've already got all of that. But we do wish that you will find that other space where David Anthony Johnson finds his own voice and ties into changing his space, the spaces that he enters, the state he lives in, and this great country we live in. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnson, for being here and sharing your talent.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. And I do go around the country speaking and singing as David Anthony Johnson. And but it just seems like people at this time of the year want me to impersonate Dr. King. I love him and everything, but I'll always be a second-rate Martin Luther King, but I'll be a first-rate David Anthony Johnson.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And
All right, so you